How is evidence deemed irrelevant in a court case? Imagine you're trying to solve a puzzle, but some pieces just don't fit. In a court case, evidence works the same way. Not everything presented is useful or important to the case. So, how do courts decide which pieces of evidence are worth keeping and which are not? That's what we're here to explore. In court, evidence is considered irrelevant when it doesn't have any connection to facts that matter for deciding the case. Relevance means that the evidence should make a fact more or less likely to be true. If it doesn't help the judge or jury figure out what really happened. For example, if someone is accused of stealing a car, evidence about their favorite color isn't relevant because it doesn't affect whether they stole the car or not. The process of figuring out if evidence is relevant usually starts with the court looking at whether the evidence has any logical link to a fact that matters in the case. This is called assessing the connection. If the evidence about a person's injury in one accident doesn't prove or disprove anything about another person's injury in a different accident, it's probably irrelevant. The court then applies specific rules of evidence, like Rule 401 of the Federal Rules of Evidence, which defines relevance, and Rule 402, which says irrelevant evidence can't be used in court. During the trial, lawyers can object if they believe evidence is irrelevant. If they do, the judge will decide whether the evidence should be allowed or not. Sometimes, even if evidence is relevant, it might be excluded if it could unfairly bias the jury or waste time. This is called balancing probative value against potential prejudice, based on Rule 403. Judges often make quick decisions about evidence before the jury sees it. They do this to keep the trial focused on facts that matter. For example, evidence about a defendant's past unrelated crimes is usually irrelevant unless it directly relates to the case. Similarly, opinions from witnesses without proper expertise are often excluded because they don't help prove anything important. In the end, evidence is deemed irrelevant when it doesn't connect logically to facts that influence the case outcome. Courts relying on clear rules and timely objections from lawyers to keep irrelevant evidence out. This helps ensure the trial stays fair and focused on the facts that truly matter.